experimentation on an ongoing basis. And so I'll walk through them here. The first is integrating experimentation into your weekly processes. So one of the things that I like to do, I just call it an experiment board. And for those of you who are familiar with like lean startup or agile, this will be a little bit more familiar, but it's a place where you track ongoing experiments on an ongoing basis. And this is purely for the inside sales team. And so it's nothing fancy. It's like usually an Excel sheet. And each of the inside salespeople are calling out like what experiments they're running, meaning are they like the types of buyer personas? Are we experimenting on messaging? Are we experimenting on where we're sending people? And they're also starting to call things out like what are they expecting from the experiment? So you set up an experiment board on a weekly basis. You have an hour call. The first half is looking back at experiments you're running and what are the actual results, and do we kill like the experiment or do we scale it, right? Those are kind of two different places that you can go. And then the second piece of the meeting, the second 30 minutes, is what are the upcoming experiments that we want to be testing? And then, what are the things that we need to test them? Like, what are the assets? What are the landing pages? And you just be shocked by how good the conversations are around why the team is experimenting, what we're experimenting on. And then it's one time in one place for everyone to say, this is working, this isn't, so that you can replicate what's working and kill what isn't.
Got it. Okay. So this meeting, like what would you call the meeting? Is it like the experimentation meeting I mean, yeah. And then how do you get people to show up, be engaged, and like keep track of what they're experimenting on? Because I could see